Hello, everyone. It is Carrie Cross here with the Cross Group at Intero Real Estate. And I am coming from sunny California, even though it's raining today. But I have a special guest with me. Please introduce yourself, Shannon, and tell them a little bit about who you are and where you are from.
Sure. Hey guys, I am Shannon Milligan from Richmond, Virginia, and I've been a realtor here for probably the last 8 years. Before this, I was in Northern Virginia. I worked for a large team from the mailroom up by design. And so then when I moved to Richmond, I started my own team. We do about 40 to 50 transactions a year. That's right where I like it. It's manageable. It still keeps my relationships intact. And, we just have a lot of fun with like marketing and I love video. Video is kind of my thing. So, and I just think this is the coolest thing that you're doing. I think it's amazing.
Well, thank you. I do watch all of your videos, so I'm very familiar
Thank you.
with all of the great videos that you do, which is why I kind of resonated with you. I think, I do a lot with different videos that I do out here as well. But yeah, the whole idea behind this is to, one, showcase your beautiful area, showcase our beautiful area, let people know about the different places around the globe. But to remind them that we have this great collaboration with amazing agents all over the place. And so if they're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere, we can definitely point them in the right direction, no matter where they're looking.
And you know what's cool
So,
about that? Your people will know that you vetted these people because sometimes some agents don't vet. They just go and clients don't know this, right? Some agents just want to say, give me any name in any city. And it's great that you're vetting. So your people can totally like know that you felt me out, you know all about me. And I think that's really cool.
no, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I take really good care of my clients here, and I want them to know that when I hand them off to somebody in another state, that they also will be taken care of because these agents work just the same way we do, right?
Exactly.
So let's get into it. You sent me a picture here from your area. So tell me a little bit about Virginia and what your area has to offer there as a state in whole.
Sure. Well, that is the skyline of Richmond, Virginia. And what you see in front of that is the James River, which is actually our number one tourist destination. We have like class 4 rapids on there. We have tons of biking and hiking, and you'll see swimmers on any given Saturday, Sunday during the summer out there. We have like little beaches, so to speak. It's just a very active community. Richmond has a wonderful food scene, which is it's tremendous. I mean, we have a couple restaurant weeks, and we have some amazing restaurants, and of all price points. And it also has a very hipster vibe with a lot of art and that sort of thing. There's a lot of culture here in Richmond and in Virginia in general. I would say we have a lot of culture, and we have a ton of history, with Richmond being the, basically the hub of everything. It's the capital. We have a beautiful capital here. And so it's a really diverse area. And like I said, there's a lot of various cultures. We have a lot of museums. We have the Edgar Allan Poe Museum, which is really cool. And then we have like the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. And then we have things like the Children's Museum of Richmond, which has like 3 different areas. There's one in Richmond itself, one in Midlothian, one in what we call Short Pump. So there's something for everybody here. It's a really cool, and the secret's now out. Like the secret is definitely out. People are moving here in droves. Our new construction has just gone through the roof. So it's definitely a cool place to be.
Awesome. That's amazing. So now tell me a little bit about weather in Virginia, as well as, so people are going there. Is traffic an issue yet, or is that not an issue?
Okay, so first, weather. We do get 4 seasons here, and it's not like 4 seasons in Pennsylvania. So we might get 2 really good snowfalls a year, and we'll get some snow here and there, but we'll get maybe 2 good ones that could possibly close school. We do get some tornadoes during the later summer, where it's hot in conditions are favorable for that, but nothing crazy. Nothing that's ever scared me. The side note to that is we don't have a lot of basements here in Richmond. And growing up in Pennsylvania, everybody had a basement. And so what people have here are finished third floors. And that was a huge thing when I moved. I was like, where's your basement? And they're like, what do you mean basement? It's rare to find that. Some new construction offers that, and it's a plus. You know, it's a more expensive upgrade. And then you will find basements in the city of Richmond in the older homes. But as a whole, we don't see a lot of the basements. So just it's kind of related to the weather. It gets a lot very humid here in the summer. You want to have great hair product if you're moving to Richmond because of the weather. Yeah, you really do. And then what other question did you ask me besides the weather? You asked traffic. Okay, so it's relative. I came from Northern Virginia where it would take an hour and a half to go 20 miles. So when we came to Richmond about 8 to 10 years ago, I think it was 10 years ago now. Oh my gosh, time flies, right? But when we came here, I was like, there's no traffic, like none. People call it traffic when you have to wait at the traffic light for 2 minutes. Now, we do have some heavier volume areas. If you're in the Chesterfield County part of Richmond, there's something called Hall Street, Hull. It can get a little congested there. You might sit there for maybe 20 minutes or so just to get through that section. We have something called 288, which if everybody's there at 8 a.m., it can get a little backed up, but still nothing more that I've ever sat more than like 5 minutes for the city, typical city traffic, but it's not like New York or California or anything like that. It's very manageable. And what's cool about, getting for traffic, Richmond is like a big circle. So if Richmond's here, you have Midlothian, Chesterfield here, and you have Goochland here, and Hanover here, and over here you have Henrico and Eastern Henrico, and so you can get to anywhere in the city, to the city in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how far out you've gone. But because it's a nice circle, commuting is usually a breeze, and we can definitely help your people know, okay, but you might have a little bit of a longer wait here, but it's not like traffic like in New York or the big cities.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about, I am today talking about Brentwood, California. So I am Northern California as opposed to San Diego, Southern California area. So we are 8 hours north of, Disneyland and all of that. We are about an hour from San Francisco. So the Brentwood, California area is a really nice area. We have 55 and older communities. We have golf course living, gated communities, but it is a lot of farmland. So we are in the middle of many, many crops, and we do corn, cherries, strawberries. So because of that, it's a little bit more rural than the city areas, even though it is a larger city. And so we have, a pretty big commute population. We're an hour from San Francisco, hour from Silicon Valley, an hour from Sacramento. So we're kind of right in the middle. And prices here are probably pretty close to half of what you would see in those bigger city areas. So we have a lot of people coming in and commuting. So there is some traffic getting out into those areas during commute times. We have a lot of people that work off commute hours or telecommute from home a lot. So that kind of helps with a lot of that. But weather here, we do not get snow. Thank goodness. It's 50 today and I'm freezing.
Oh, goodness. It's 37 here, I think.
Yeah, no, it's 50 this morning when I came in, but it'll be a little bit warmer. But we get a lot of rain, but we are about 2 hours from snow. So if we decide we want to go snow skiing, we can go a couple hours away and have the joys of that without living in it. So I don't know the cold weather struggles that you guys have.
Yeah, your kids aren't wearing their PJs backwards and inside out hoping for snow, which is what happens here. I have a question. Do you guys have like a train system then or anything like that?
We have BART.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have a above the ground rail system. It's the BART system, and it goes to San Francisco, Silicon Valley,
That's awesome.
and that. Yeah, but yeah, most people do. A lot of people take BART systems, or like I say, try. Like my husband, for instance, he travels an hour, but he goes at 3 in the morning and gets home at 2 in the afternoon.
Oh,
So he
okay.
doesn't have any traffic. So if you could kind of adjust your hours, or
Sure.
some people leave for work really early. They have a gym membership close to their work, and they go work out, take their shower, go to work, and then they miss that traffic and get that in that way. So there's a lot of different ways that you got to get creative with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about some homes in your area. You
Okay.
were kind enough to send me a couple starter homes and a couple move up homes. So
Yeah.
I am going to show them what you sent over. So the first one you sent over, let's talk about this one. Tell me a little bit about this house.
Okay, so this is a townhome and an interior unit. An exterior unit here was probably going to be about $10,000 more. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. I think we listed it for 157 somewhere in there, and it sold over ask at 162. We did have multiple offers in the spring. That was very common. Not so much now. Things are kind of cooled. I think we're in the middle of a shifting market. But what that got you is a nice family room, and then there was an open kitchen concept there. It was a nice area, and it's probably about 1,500 square feet, and so that's definitely a starter home. She was moving up into another home, so it was great. It's a really nice area, a great place, and for 162, it's funny where my dad is from. Starter homes there are maybe 85,000, so it's definitely a different kind of starter home. But yeah, my brother paid 92,000 for his,
Oh my goodness.
house. It's so cute too. So it's a starter home though here. We do have other starter homes. We do have homes, 70, 80,000 in different areas. And then we have 150,000. And so there is a little bit of something for everyone, but this was definitely in a nice area, clean area, and some popular schools. Not as popular,
Wow.
but some popular rated schools.
Right. So I put together one of our sort of townhomes that we have as a starter home. And this is kind of what you get in our area as a starter home. It is, it's sold. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1158 square feet. It does have an HOA, which is kind of the negative when you are in this price range. But this was the lowest home that you were going to be able to buy in our area.
It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the nice thing. We do have larger family style living, which you'll see later on. I'll have our move up homes, but yeah. Everything's going to be, this is one of the smaller homes, like I say, a starter home. So amazing. The price difference. I can't imagine getting anything under $100,000 because we can't get anything under $400,000. So
wow. Yeah. We definitely have homes, if you go a little further out, like even cheaper than what I mentioned. So it's crazy.
Wow. That's insane. Okay. Well, you sent me another home that was a starter home that appeared to be more of a home instead of a condo type home. So let's see what this looks like. Okay.
This one was a 3 to 4 bedroom because it had a finished basement. So it's one of those rarities, and it was an all brick home, which an all brick home definitely has its allure because they're usually really well built and what have you. It was renovated. It had a brand new kitchen with beautiful granite, beautiful ceramic floor. It had a really nice hardwood floors throughout. And as you can see, it did sell for over asking. I think we were at 219 and it ended up selling for 223, but 4 bedrooms. And I say 3 to 4 because one was down in the basement lower level, but definitely. And it had 3 nice baths, and you can see the nice family room there, and it's open to the kitchen. And it was in a nice area as well, a more established neighborhood. Also in some somewhat popular school areas, not the most popular at this price point, but in a popular area. We have to be careful what we say about schools, so that's why I keep saying popular or not so popular. So it's a mid in popularity.
It's absolutely beautiful. I love the brick. That's something we do not see out here. So now tell me, what kind of natural disasters are you inclined to have there?
Tornadoes. So we'll get tornadoes. We just had, I think we had 10 of them rip through on one day a couple months ago.
What?
And I had to hide in my half bath with my 2 kids, my 2 dogs, and my cat. And the half bath is a half bath. Like one of us was on the toilet, 2 of them were on the ground. We had it was crazy. We'll get some effects from a hurricane. Now we don't get direct effect, but we will get the rain and such from the hurricanes that come up through like North Carolina, that'll come up and move because we're only 2 hours from Virginia Beach. So we're not getting like a direct hit, but we do get a lot of rain from there. That's really about it. Tornadoes. I worry about tornadoes for a span of like a month or 2, and it's rare, but we do get them. You might get maybe 2 a season. That day that we got 10 it was nuts. And then the other thing I worry about are snakes. So I mostly worry about copperheads here, especially in my neighborhood. It's a very wooded community. Those are the 2 biggest things that I fear here. And even at that, I've never seen a copperhead. My neighbors see them all the time. I've never seen one. I swear it's from having dogs that run around and make noise out there. But those are the 2 things that we deal with here.
That's amazing. I'm petrified of tornadoes. We have earthquakes, which I hear a lot of people from other areas are petrified of earthquakes. But yeah, that's insane. That would freak me out.
In my time here, we've had 1 or 2 earthquakes that actually registered, and it was a rarity. I mean, only one that I can even remember being like, wait, what was that? And it just felt like a little rock. And it was enough to like make a picture go crooked. But that was it. We don't really deal with that here.
Wow. Okay, so let's move on to your move up home. Let me find it here.
Please excuse me. My allergies are so bad. That's something you'll learn in Virginia.
Oh gosh, I can't live there because my hair would frizz. I
have some amazing product. Now it's not today, but I normally have really nice hair, but yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so here is one of your move up homes. Again, absolutely beautiful.
Yes, this house is actually in my neighborhood. I sold it this past summer. It was a friend's home as well. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It also sold for over asking. We had multiple offers. It sold in 12 hours. Things are definitely sitting a little longer now. It had a beautiful kitchen. It wasn't renovated, but it was remodeled from the original. Most of these homes here in this particular neighborhood are in the early 80s. And the reason that Salisbury, that's the neighborhood, is so desirable is because you get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of the lot. So most of us are on at least a half acre to an acre or more of land. And people really, the one thing that they're not making more of is land. And people are craving their privacy more and more, right? Because as social media and all that stuff is, you're putting yourself out there and then you're forgetting, like when you get home, you're like, why do I feel so anxious? People are craving that privacy. That's why we moved to this neighborhood, because of the wooded lot. Just a really stunning home. And that's called a Dutch colonial. That's the other thing that this neighborhood has amazing different architectural elements. This neighborhood is not cookie cutter. We have Tudors in this Dutch colonial. We have a lot of regular colonials. We have contemporary homes. So we have a wide variety, and that's what makes this particular neighborhood popular.
Now, is the neighborhood fenced at all, or is it open?
The neighborhood itself, no.
Like,
it's
not each house.
There are a lot of people that put fences
this
up.
Really open to me.
Yeah, I don't think their house was fenced.
Mm-hmm.
Mine definitely is. With I had 3 dogs. Now I'm down to 2 because we had to say goodbye to one. But that was not fenced. A lot of the This is interesting. A lot of the older people in our neighborhood don't like the fences. They like it wide open to keep it nice and natural. Matter of fact, when we went to put up our fence, the HOA guy, because there is an HOA, but it's voluntary. So you don't have to pay it, but you do have to abide by the covenants and the restrictions. So we did have to ask for, can we put the fence up? And he was like, you young people in your fence, like he didn't like it. And my generation really likes to have a fence for the kids and the dogs and what have you, and just for some privacy.
Absolutely. That's interesting. Yeah, I've noticed that with some homes over there. Okay, well, let me show you one of our move-up homes. So this is one of the move-up homes that we have, a typical move-up home in our area. So you're going to see, 3-car garage, 5 to 6 bedrooms a lot of times. We even have multifamily living where there's, maybe in-laws or different kinds of caregivers in the home. So we appeal to that. We have different areas, maybe they're overlooking the golf course or something like that. So they're going to, you can see it's 46 square feet. So it's going to be a much larger open floor plan, game room, those kinds of things. And so that's kind of a typical what we have in our area. It's that would be considered one of the homes. Basically, they go in those starter homes, and then it's how can I get more bedrooms and more space and more entertaining area. Yeah. We also have a lot of what we call I don't know if you call it the same in your area, but we call it California kitchens out in the backyard where they have the fireplaces. And in the whole entertaining area in the backyard, which is really nice. So so that is our move up.
It's beautiful. We do have some outdoor entertaining, but we can only use it for maybe 7-8 months of the year because we do have winter. Like it's really cold right now. Maybe 6 months of the year. I actually have a swimming pool. Are those huge? Like it's not a big thing here to have a swimming pool. We have neighborhood pools, that sort of thing. We do have some, but do you all have a lot of pools there?
We do have a lot of pools. So we get temperatures of over 100 in our summertime. And so, like I'm in Discovery Bay, which I spoke about last time with Shelly, and we have homes on the water. So you can get in your boat and travel out to the ocean and take it to dinner. And so water is a big factor over here in all of California. Whether you have a pool or you live by the ocean, something like that, definitely.
Very cool. Yeah, our people want to be on James River here. Super expensive. I mean, you're going to look at multi-million dollars to be on the James River and to have a boat and to do all that. But it's so beautiful. I mean, I can't blame them. It's great. Now, real quick question. That home you showed, would that have included a pool for that price?
That one did not have a pool.
Wow. Okay.
That one did not have a pool, but we do, you can get some that are a little cheaper. We also have, let's see, this is another move up home that I wanted to show. It's a little bit different. This one's 5 bedrooms. And I think, if I remember right, this one does have a pool.
Wow.
So it kind of gives you an idea. But again, you're looking at a big open concept. This one's over 3,000 square feet. So the size is really big. Single stories, we don't find a lot of. They are sought after because we try to make the homes as big and beautiful as we can and maximize the space. So there's not as many single stories per subdivisions. So those are definitely sought after. Do you have a lot of farm type living with the single story home?
We have a lot of ranch style homes, and they're also highly coveted because of the baby boomer generation looking for the one level living. But we don't have a lot of the ranchers with basements, which is kind of rare, but we do have a lot of ranchers. We do have some farm area a little bit outside of here. I actually refer to an agent friend of mine. She handles all the horse, and we have a lot of equestrian properties and that sort of thing. And you're getting into a different animal with that. I tell people, like, I'm Chick-fil-A. I do chicken really, really well. You don't want me doing chicken and burgers and hot dogs. And so I refer out the hamburgers to her, and she works with the horse property. And we have a lot of acreage here too. And so you see a lot of well and septic when you get onto the acreage. Otherwise, city living, even this where I'm at, it's mostly public water, public sewer, but we do have some septic in this area because of the topography and what have you. Do you have well and septic there? Hello? There we are. I think we might have froze. We're going to give it a second and see if it unfreezes. This is what happens.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. Okay.
We're back.
Gotcha. So I was asking if you had well and septic in your area.
We do on the horse properties as well. Not in our subdivisions. We have 0 basements. So that is not a thing here.
Okay.
Yeah, that is something I love when I go look at homes in other states and they have basements. It's always super fun to see that. We go up, not down.
Yep. Yeah, we have some septic in subdivisions, just like in my own subdivision. I'm on public, but that house that I showed you earlier, that had a septic system. So it just depends on the topography here, and it didn't have a basement. It was just, there's a cliff right behind there that you don't see. So we do see that, which adds to some extra maintenance and a little bit of extra cost to a home buyer from now. You have to have it pumped every so often, and you have to make sure, especially if you have an alternative system, you have to make sure that it's in good working order. An alternative system has to be looked at every year. So it's some additional costs that we walk our buyers through when they're house hunting.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I had no idea that you had so many different. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that you do have such low-end homes. Low-end, I mean, cheaper homes. And then you also have some really nice expensive ones as well. So you have a big, broad spectrum, which I think is really nice.
It is. We have something for every budget. I mean, we have multi-million-dollar properties. I sold $1 million house not too long ago. It was amazing. Like, I should have sent you that picture. It was spectacular. So we do have those. We also have celebrities that aren't too far from here. Justin, I'm going to say it wrong. Verlander, Kate Upton's husband, he plays baseball. He has a house here. We have a lot of sports and that sort of thing. We have the Washington Redskins training camp here in our area. It's in Richmond, even though they play in Northern Virginia. Their training camp is here. So, and we've got people close to Charlottesville and all of that. So we do have a good amount of higher end homes. And so we really have anything, I would say anywhere from about $50,000, which is, it's going to be a tear down, fixer upper flip, up to, $5, $6, $7, $8 million. Probably 5, 6 is probably the top there. I've seen higher. I've seen 20 million if you go further out, but in the area that I service, that's probably the highest I've seen.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's definitely something for everyone. That's great.
Yeah, Monument Avenue, downtown in the city. It's where we have all of these monuments. I was trying to find you a picture, but we have, monuments of Jefferson and all of that stuff. But we also have one of Arthur Ashe. It's actually kind of famous because it looks like he's beating children with this racket. It's what it looks like. He's not, but anyway, down on Monument Avenue, those properties, I mean, they are the most beautiful late early 1900 properties. And those go for, $1 million or $2 million, depending on the size. And it's you got to come to see it just to see Monument Avenue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to have to come and check it out and do some home shopping with you. Cause that's what we love to do. Right.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. But I have to get the hair care products before I come because this will not happen.
I got you covered. Don't worry about it. I'll help you.
That's awesome. All right. Well, this has been really, really fun. I really appreciate your time and teaching us all about your area. Again, if anybody is looking to buy in Virginia, definitely you're going to want to call Shannon. She's amazing. Get in touch with me. I will give you her information. If you're in California, I'm your girl. Of course,
Yes.
I'm here to help any of the California needs. And I hope you guys all learned about some beautiful homes that we have to offer in both our areas.
This is really cool. I think it's amazing what you're doing. And again, just real quick, sorry about the atmosphere. I was telling you earlier, I have a contractor that's in my office right now. So I'm like in my bedroom hiding from my dogs. So
I love it. Absolutely. You have a fabulous day and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.